Well, I think the climate facts, climate events shows the importance of attending this issue and the importance of integrating and mainstreaming climate change into the development agendas. This is not an issue that is recognized by the decision makers in an easy way, but I think if we look the costs and damage from climate events, we can make better cases in terms to highlight the importance of introducing and mainstreaming climate change into the development agendas. I think the mainstreaming climate change shows the co-benefits and the benefits not only in terms of environmental benefits but also in terms of economic benefits and in social benefits, and allows to work in a more integral way with better impacts in terms of mitigation, in terms of adaptation as well, and involving the economic sectors in a more committed way. And also, I think climate change makes the development agenda more complex, and in this way the sectors begins to ask how to finance this complexity and how to manage and to deal with climate change and how to allocate some resources and what to do to make not a conjunctural attendance to the climate events, but a structural changes in this way. No? By example, in the case of Colombia, the events from 2010 and 2011 due the Niña phenomenon affected in a very high way, no? And with lots of damages, and with high costs as well. So starting from that point, the Colombian government begins to talk about climate change, about risk management, and how to reduce the costs and how to prevent or take prevention actions and deal with climate change. One thing that I have seen in Colombia is that the climate aspect is going beyond, or is going not only has not to do only with environmental and environmental sector, but they begin to work the climate change aspect from the planning office, from the National Planning Office, and this is a broader approach, and this is an integral approach looking for through all the sectors, and having the National Planning Office involved with climate change aspects and issues is very important to integrate and mainstream in other sectors of the economy and of the government, the climate change aspects. Well, I think the key entry points in the case of Colombia is the entry point of the planning office, and then the recognition of by example, the transport sector, of the importance to do something and to have a emissions reduction plan coming from the transport sector. They make a very important strategy for transport, and also they look how to incorporate or integrate climate change in the coffee production, by example, no, and how to get more efficient, considering climate change in the coffee production and in the coffee chain production. That's the case of Colombia, two examples. And in the case of Peru, I think the commitment is in the agriculture sector and in the forestry sector. As you know, Peru has an important part of the country covered by forests and by natural forests. And they make a commitment. They are part of the coalition to reduce deforestation until 2030. The forestry sector and the agricultural sector in the case of Peru are the entry points to manage and to have climate change strategies. To link information and science with policy in terms to have good decisions based on evidence, and to link the society as well. And so these initiatives about coordination with different sectors, cross-ministerial coordination and multi-stakeholder coordination is very important to move forward and to get the people involved and committed with the climate change strategies and with the development strategies looking for climate change or mainstreaming climate change. And it's important to the ownership of the whole society and the different sectors to make a social control and to have ownership about climate change. I think it's very important.